Hello everyone, it's me Varus, and in this video I'm going to be doing some more current and surface analysis and forecasts, as well as a quick look at the update on El Nino and La Nina. And yeah, it'll be a very short video, but just something to talk about, as this is the third consecutive video as I've been telling you guys, as I'm going to be uploading daily. So yeah, let's get right into it. So the thumbnail might be a little bit misleading, as we're not talking long range, but we're going to be talking about current range right now and how that will have impacts on longer range. So let's look at surface analysis, okay? And this is the whole entire North American continent. So let's start out with the West, as we usually do. Okay, lots of high pressures, really quiet weather right now in the west. Nothing much to write off there. Central US, again, very quiet. You have this high pressure that is actually, a couple days ago, was way up here in Canada, but it has been coming south, and with that, drawing all this colder air outside. And so this has really been dropping temperatures. I mean, you have single digits all the way down into northern portions of Oklahoma, Arkansas, all there, all is almost near single digits, and freezing. The freezing line is way down here, in South Texas, almost. Okay, way down here. So very cold, and that will just continue to press on for the next couple days before we ever start to moderate. Towards the east, here's your low pressure that brought that winter storm finally starting to deepen, but obviously it is way offshore for any impacts. You could see some getting close to Cape Cod, but likely not really having any impact, as this is really moving fast and out to sea. However, it is deepening right now. Right now, 986 millibar low pressure, so pretty strong. Besides that, we do have an upper level low coming through, also known as a ULL. I don't know if I'll be able to spot it on. Yeah, I won't be able to spot it using the surface analysis, but I mean it is cold. You see these like little markers reporting snow showers and snow squalls by the airports. All of it's going to be frozen, most likely in the form of snow, as we just have this crazy cold air. I mean, it's 20s right now in areas of the Philadelphia metro, Baltimore metro, over there in the mid-Atlantic, and even closer to the lakes over here, extending up into the Midwest. So that is how it's looking like right now in the north and east. And then towards the south, very warm. But however, I was talking about, here's your cold front, well offshore of Florida. I thought it was actually going to stop, given it was like 80s and 90s, and just from some previous analysis. But no, it's way down, almost into Cuba, past, yeah, affecting portions of Cuba, western Cuba. So very interesting. But temperatures are still pretty warm and comfortable, 70s all along Miami and south, while to the north 50s and 60s. So still relatively nice, but that will likely even drop further in the next couple days. And then some negatives up in the north central U.S. So that is current main thing. Just worry about this big high pressure and cold air. That's the main focus. Besides that, here's some surface analysis to show you. So here's our upper level disturbance spinning out, and eventually we'll head off to sea. You see all this energy that is all producing snow squalls, snow flurries, snow showers, and has a trail of clouds like this. Very nice upper level low, which is really has a lot of energy, especially down here, that is interacting and breaking off some precipitation up north. For the people who missed out on this storm, which is out here, and I mean it looks very impressive as it heads out. Now, besides that, again, very quiet. You do have some high clouds, Miami and south. Towards the desert southwest, you got some clouds as well. And then here's a little upper level disturbance over Utah that might be also causing some precipitation. You also have a low well offshore the Pacific Northwest, however, creating some gravity waves and precipitation in the extreme portions of the Pacific Northwest. Something interesting to note out as well. So that's about it. Very quiet overall. I mean, you can see here you have it. Only thing you see are these cold advisories, but besides that, very quiet. Some winter weather advisories up here in the northeast and southern mid-Atlantic, with cold weather advisories in the south, and then in the west, relatively quiet. However, some flood, hydraulic water outlooks over in Montana. Blizzard warning actually in the higher elevations. So something interesting to watch out for. Likely because of this little system is trying to drop south over here. Now, besides that, let's show what's happening right now in portions of the Northeast. So, Let's actually zoom out one more frame. So there you have it. This is current time, 3:08 p.m. Upper level low somewhere around here, and starting to traverse off. And what this will do is eventually bring this precipitation shield up, and eventually will bring stuff to New York and even portions of Boston and Massachusetts and southern New England. So if we continue this through, you can see it's a little laggy, but you can see how it starts to, or this is kind of radar right now. Okay, and you can see how this upper level low is spinning and throwing back this moisture back north and east. So that's kind of how it's going. And then some very light snows, but steady towards the north where we're actually getting more accumulation. These squalls will mainly just bring some quick little dustings and coatings, likely nothing too measurable, maybe up to an inch. Now, you see this, like, blue, the radar's trying to show rain, but this is all snow. I mean, we just have a very deep cold supply, so everything right now that's falling is snow, even all the way down towards North Carolina and areas. Once you get in South Carolina, that's where more liquid precipitation is possible. Now, let's talk about our pattern, okay? Let's talk about El Nino and La Nina. This year, we were in a La Nina phase during winter, and we stayed all the way down to negative 1.5. Despite forecasts, including my forecast, I won't lie, I was thinking it'd be a weak and moderate weak La Nina, which most people thought. However, it got into moderate levels, so therefore, it's a pretty big forecast bust for many people, and that's how our winter was affected, and that's kind of how areas south of I-95 and all those areas got more snow. Like Richmond, south of DC itself too, got much more snow than areas of Philadelphia, for example. I probably should have brought up the snowfall map for so far this season, but once this winter is completely over, I'll show you that little gap through the Philadelphia metro and extending slightly westward. Now, talking about that, we obviously are now still in a La Nina. However, you see this moderation ever since late January, and we are already we're pretty fastly going back up towards weak and eventually end zone neutral once we break the 0.5 Celsius, negative 0.5 Celsius barrier. And once we go above that, we'll eventually get back to neutral. And then next year, we're actually expecting another El Nino, and that will be very interesting for next winter. But obviously, that next winter is still far away, so a year away. So, in terms of local pattern shifts, La Nina doesn't do too much in terms of shifts, but I mean, we have seen this impressive thing increase, and so that could be causing our shifts. In my last video, go check out my last video because that had everything on the patterns where the east will likely warm up and the west will likely get cooler. However, at the same time, some models are now trying to bring cold and it's active weather back for the east, and then remaining warmer conditions for the west. So I'm gonna have an update on that if models continue to show that sometime later this week. I'll keep posting on my Twitter as I'll keep updating there as well. So yeah, that could be possibly the next upcoming pattern. Besides that, that's about it. Quick little video, and I hope to see you guys in the next one.